Yep, the sound of morning. Yeah, I know I'm still using a percolator, but that's okay. I like strong coffee, and I like real coffee, not instant crap. Although they make pretty good instant coffee nowadays. But I'm not an instant coffee type of guy. And anyway, good morning. Really warm this morning. A little bit of breeze blowing today, but the temperature on my Kestrel says 56 degrees. 56 degrees. There's days in the wintertime that if we had a 56-degree day, I'd be thinking it was like summer. So 56 is a pretty nice temperature to have. So we're really not sure what we're doing, where we're going today. I mean, where we're going to end up, I should say. I kind of know where I'm going, just having no idea what's out there. So we'll see what we find, which is the whole point of what we're doing. Underneath, look underneath the sink.
Oh, you moved it. Okay. Here you go. Here you go. Boy, look how. Oh, don't slop around your plates. That's why it's up here. Okay. Okay.
She's got him trained pretty well. He's so darn cute. No, he isn't. She says, my hair is terrible. No.
It is. Now you combed.
It's not that bad. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. This is my first sip of coffee, and this is going to be a really beautiful day.
Yep. Sun is shining. It's warm.
My boy wants to sit on me.
We got coffee and half a pack of cigarettes, and we're, oh no, wait, that was Blues Brothers. No, we don't smoke cigarettes. So anyway, yeah, it's gonna be a nice day.
Whoa! Stay wide. You almost had it. Straighten it up.
Well, that was a little excitement this morning. Trying to get out of this tight squeeze. Karen got, you could probably see what was going on there. That was a tight squeeze. And the problem was that we didn't want to tear. Scuffing the tire is not a problem, but the metal on both sides, didn't want to catch that on the log, even though probably would have, if I could have pushed that out of the way a little bit, but there's a chalk log against it, so it really makes it difficult. This is the Coal Creek Road, and we're like, it's just an easy drive. There's little campsites all along here. There's one right there. Too close to the main road for us, even though we're not looking for a campsite yet anyway, but we're just going down here to Coal Creek to see what's going on, what it looks like. And the road's paved all the way in here, so easy going. So we stopped down here. This is a bridge that crosses Coal Creek. The road continues. I have to look on the map to see where it goes, but it looks pretty interesting, so we might be going down that way. In the meantime, we're going to walk down here to the water and splash some water on my face. There's a little campsite down here, but look at this mess. Good grief. Come on, people, what the hell are you thinking? That's no way to leave a campsite. Good golly, Miss Molly. Somebody comes out here to enjoy this place and they leave a mess like that. I just don't get it. That's a pretty little creek. There. They got a gauging station here. And a dam. Not really sure what is going on there, but it doesn't really matter. This water sure looks inviting though.
I bet you there's some deep pools down there.
It's a pretty little place. Unfortunately, people come here to trash it for some reason. That campsite was disgusting, and we don't have a big enough garbage bag to take all that garbage with us. That's just a mess. I just can't believe people would come up here and leave a mess like that. Why? I just don't get it. What's up, buddy? Anyway, we're going to head down this road, go across this bridge, and go down this road and see what's down there. It looks like on the map it's going to a dead end, but overlooking a lake. So we're going to go down and see what it looks like. Boy, some pretty scenery here. There's a lake down here. I'll get the name of it. But the road we're on starts dropping down here. I want to make sure there's a turnaround before I go down this road with the trailer. We're walking down this road and there's a mine shaft here. Let's see here. That's as far as it goes right there. I wonder why they dug this. Interesting. It doesn't go anywhere. Just goes to a dead end there. Kind of interesting though to even find that here. One bar.
It just popped in.
Ah, she's got a bar on her phone. Woohoo! Yeah, it looks like there's a big spot for me to turn around down here. We're going to walk down and look at it anyway. Pretty country.
Is that the end right there?
Yep. Okay, this is one of my favorite plants right here. This is called bear clover. A lot of people call it bear clover. My grandpa called it mountain misery. And it's kind of a oily, sticky, and very pungent odor. There's a whole hillside of it. And I just love the smell of this. It brings back my childhood memories. Well, here's where the transmission line comes up out of the... It's obviously a power generating dam. And we've got all this stuff up here. But anyway, I'm going to turn around here. So I'm going to go back and get the Jeep and I can get turned around here. It's much easier to turn around here than it is to turn around where I'm parked at. Tight turn. Tight turnaround.
Well, you know, you can get closer to that rock than you've been getting.
What's that?
You can get closer to that rock than you've been getting.
Go back a little bit closer. I should have had it straighter down here.
Well, you want to start over?
Well, with Karen's help, we got turned around. That was a pucker factor there. Such a tight squeeze. This big trailer, our 10 tracks was easy to turn around in a tight area, but this is a whole new dimension of turning around in a tight area. So it really took a lot of, talk about a W, this is more like a 5-10 W's, back and forth, but we did it. And I think we're going to go back to the creek there, and if nobody's there at that campsite, we might sit there and put our feet in the water. Well, we're sitting here with our feet in the water. Not that it's that hot today, but it sure feels good after that stress turnaround thing that we did. So, it just feels good. This road we're on is paved, which is really making it a nice drive, and it's very picturesque. Lots of beautiful scenery along the way, so the fact that it's paved kind of leads me to think that it's going someplace, but I guess we'll find out, because we're going to continue on this road until we see where it goes. we took this road down to the, we stopped at the McCollamy campground. It's down there below Salt Springs Reservoir, and drove through the campground. $30 a night, 15 for us old folks, but we're not gonna stay in any campgrounds anyway. But really hot down here. We're at 35, 30, we were below 3,300 feet, and Poison Oak is an issue for me. So we're heading back up. We're going back up to a higher elevation. I'm not exactly sure what this body of water is here, but I'll find out. Boy, we had a tough time this evening trying to find a place to camp. Let's see, it's almost 5 o'clock, which is way later than I usually get into camp. I usually shoot for around 3, but we were not finding anything that was suitable, so we kept looking. And there's a lot of SPI land here, and so you got to be real careful, because the SPI requires its own permit to camp. And you know, we don't have that, and we weren't gonna get one, so we had to find some Forest Service land to camp on, so that's what we did. We're right inside the Forest Service boundary right here. This road is actually a system road, has a number right up there. There's the main road right there. We didn't get very far off the road, but this late in the day, we're just not going to be picky. But it's actually got a number designator on it, and off-highway vehicle, or a road designator. I'm not sure if it's a OHV or not, but I tried driving up the road up in there, but as it turned out, there was no place to turn around, so I had to back down that hill. That was kind of a pain in the ass. So this is our camp. We got a little creek, which is pretty nice. Somebody's dumped some garbage here, which is not so good, but we're just going to live with it. But I already wet my hat down in the creek, and it feels good. So good cold creek water. There's a fire pit right there. Somebody's had a camp here before, but we didn't like this. It's not level enough. The road was actually just about as level as we could get. So, and it's a dead end road, and it dams just right at the top of that little hill. So nobody's going to be driving in here. So we're good to go. Anyway, that's the camp we got for tonight. Well, you got a little recap of today. It was kind of a nice day. We started off, the camp we had last night was pretty nice. It was down near this spring that I can't remember the name of. We walked to it after we had dinner last night. We walked down and checked it out. It was kind of an interesting little spot. Anyway, then we took this road that went down to what's called Coal Creek. And Coal Creek was real pretty. I'm sure I've got some video of that on this that you've already seen. And then we stupidly decided, I'm not going to say I stupidly decided to drive down this road that looked like there was enough room to turn around. In fact, after I walked down and looked at it, it looked like there was plenty of room to turn around. But this trailer, my old trailer, the Temp Trax, never had any trouble turning that around in a real tight spot. But boy, this thing, it's a whole different story. So that was a high stress job, and Karen did a good job of spotting me, but you know, it was a pretty high stress deal.
It was a drop off.
Yeah, it was a drop off into thousands of feet. So, but then you know, the road we took after we went down there was a beautiful drive. I mean, it was paved. We never saw a soul on the whole road. It was very, very nice. And then we ended up down at that little campground. We drove through the campground just to check it out. $30 a night to spend the night there. McCollamy River Campground, McCollamy Campground. And I guess McCollamy River is the river down there. But anyway, I had to look it up on the map. And then after that, we came back to head back toward Highway 88 because I wanted to get closer to the highway, get up some elevation, because down there at McCollamy campground was down below. It was down in the Poison Oak country. I don't like being down there. So now, then we drove around quite a while before we found this spot, and it's a pretty little spot, but it's got a lot of mosquitoes, but the mosquito juice that we sprayed on us is keeping them away, so that's working out. But anyway, so today was a pretty high stress day for me. Had a hard time finding a camp, partly because of the SPI land, partly because of the TSI work they've been doing. TSI is timber stand improvement, and we say timber stand improvement, but basically they were a lot of the work they were doing was fuel break work along the ridge. But we were trying to drive down these roads that had the fuel break on both sides of the road, and had been recently masticated, and it was a mess. So there was absolutely nowhere to camp. And so anyway, we finally lighted here, and this is a good spot. We'll spend the night here, and then we're going to head down to probably head down 88 and probably get some gas, and then head over to Highway 4. We'll be going up Highway 4 tomorrow. And then I don't know what we're going to find over there, but we're not going to be. I really wanted to go to Calaveras Big Trees. It's one of the big tree groves I've never been to. But unfortunately, dogs are not allowed on any of the trails. It's just there's no reason to pay to get into a park. It's a state park. There's no reason to pay to get in there to not be able to do anything except drive through, and so that wasn't going to work. So we're going to drive right on by that place and head on up the road. So you'll be seeing some of that. So anyway, that was the way the day went. It was not a bad day, but it was high stress for me and a couple times. So just the way it goes. How was it for you, babe?
Well, I used a lot of skills I forgot I had today. But in the end, we're in this beautiful spot on a dead-end road, camping on the road, amongst just beautiful, beautiful dogwoods. I love dogwoods. So it was fine. It was stressful, especially when there was a chance to biff it and drop so far down, you know.
Thousands of feet.
Thousands of feet. And it was like not enough room to turn around. But, you know, we were a good team. We got it done. And we have been very wary for the rest of the day about can we turn around.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, it was a good day.
All right. Yep. Good day was had by all, even Mo. So he's a lap dog. What can I say? All right, you can have it. It's your toy. Look over here, buddy. Look over here. What's in your bowl? Oh. He's got it covering his eyes. Oh boy. Okay.